Ready to open the hood? Usetool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You will find the TRW drum brake kit used in the video through the link in the description. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever, and open the bonnet. Open the brake fluid reservoir. In order to change the brake drums on your vehicle, you must lift the back of your vehicle and remove the wheels to have full access to the drum brakes. Loosen the stud bolts on the rear wheels, raise the rear of the vehicle and put it in the 2-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. You will then be able to take off the wheels. Don't forget to slide them under the vehicle. You can now see the drum brakes on your car. Before starting, release the handbrake, otherwise the operation will be impossible. Using a hammer and a chisel, remove the rear hubnut cover. With a T-handle wrench, a long extender and a 36mm socket, release the central nut on the brake drum. Then remove it. Use a hammer to tap the drum to loosen the brake shoes from the drum and make it easier to remove. Then remove the drum. You can now access the brake mechanism. Now you have to remove the mounting system of the shoes. Using pliers, while holding the rock from behind, unclip the hold-down parts that hold the shoes, pressing on the springs and turning a quarter turn to release them. Then remove the rods. Now you have to pull the shoes out of their housings. With a flathead screwdriver, remove the handbrake cable from its catch. Set the handbrake cable spring aside. You now need to clean the inner side with a wire brush and brake cleaner in order to remove the brake dust left over from natural wear of the brake shoes. Remember to protect the floor by placing a fluid collection tray. When replacing rear drum brakes, it is best to replace the wheel cylinder, which is a vital part of the system. Use an 11mm spanner to loosen the brake fluid inlet pipe by a few threads and a 10mm socket to remove the wheel cylinder support screw. Finish unscrewing the brake fluid inlet. You can now remove the wheel cylinder.
All parts used in this tutorial are supplied by our trusted partners. These partners also help us create as many video tutorials as possible. Check them out in the description below.
You will find the TRW parts and products used in the video in the link in the description. Get the new wheel cylinder. You can now put it on. Put the brake hose in place and tighten it a few threads by hand. Then tighten the support bolt completely to make it easier to tighten the brake hose. Finish tightening the brake hose. Use the grease applied in the kit. Grease each contact surface of the shoe. Get the new shoes ready. Start by replacing the handbrake cable in its catch. Then place the shoes on the top and finish by placing them on the wheel cylinder. Once securely in place, reassemble the shoe holding system with the spring rods and hold-down parts supplied in the kit. Thread the rods. Put the springs in place, then lock them in place by turning the hold-down parts a quarter turn. On the workbench, clean the drum with a brake cleaner. You can now close the work area by putting the drum back on. Reinstall the rear hub nut. And finish tightening with the torque spanner. Secure the nut with a chisel. Then put the cover back on the nut. You can now repeat the operation on the other side. After changing your drum brakes, it is necessary to bleed the brake fluid to remove any bubbles that may have entered the system. To do this, we recommend watching the video How to Bleed the Brake Fluid Citroën C3 2. Once the bleeding is done, you must pump several times to activate the automatic adjustment of the drum brakes. Under no circumstances should you use a screwdriver to adjust the drum brake, as it works by itself once it has been purged. You will hear adjustment clicks when the handbrake is being pulled. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put your vehicle back on the ground before properly fixing them in place. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from Usetool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.